Thank you to Soo Bin Jeong, our VJAS committee chair. Thank you to all of our wonderful teachers and sponsors here today. Thank you to all of our hardworking judges. And finally, I want to give a big thank you to all of our local arrangement members here at VCU. First, I would like to recognize our VJAS president, Mrs. Debbie Neely Fisher. Let me just say that all of you students have done an extraordinary job at the 76th Annual Symposium. Not only are we proud of you, but everyone around you is as well. Because you guys are the one who make this symposium a big hit. So give a round of applause to yourselves too. Please put your hands together for Mr. Soo Bin Jeong, the VJAS committee chair, who's helped make this possible as well by putting in hours of hard work and effort. Thank you, Say.
All right, so welcome again, and congratulations on a job well done yesterday from what I hear, because I was really busy taking care of some issues just across the board, that you guys have done a wonderful job with your presentations. And as I walked around the hallway, I can feel your excitement for sharing your science and research with your peers and judges, which is amazing. So why don't you give yourselves a round of applause for the job well done. All right, so I just want to end my little spiel on this, is that Susan Booth, the director, the VJAS office staff, Dr. Carolyn Nart Conway, Phil Sheridan, Julia Cawthon with special awards, and many other people involved. We stayed up, and Debbie Neely Fisher as well with the paper room. We stayed until 1, 2, 3 a.m. last night, trying to try to get all the awards done and certificates printed out. And every year I do this. This is my second year as chair, but I've judged and helped out Susan for the last couple of years. Every year, I ask myself, why do I do this? Why do I keep subjecting myself to stay up and volunteer for hours? Throughout the year, I volunteer about 400 to 500 hours to the Junior Academy, and that's on top of my full-time employment and my part-time master's program that I'm pursuing at UVA. So it's a lot to juggle. But every time I ask that question, I come to realization that yesterday at the symposium when you're presenting, that's why I do this, is that I can feel your excitement, and I need you to join me in the future as fellow scientists and researchers. And I know not all of you are going to go into that science and research field, but your fundamental knowledge in science and research, your understanding of the scientific process, your understanding of how do I ask this question properly and how can I get the right answer by using scientific techniques. That's crucial. That's going to come in so handy no matter which field you end up in. Now, I ended up in science. I'm a cancer immunologist right now. But, you don't have to be. But I would like to have you join me becoming a scientist, becoming a leader, potentially taking my committee chair position at some point. Because I can't do this forever, Susan Booth. You guys are going to be the leaders, not just in Virginia, but in the United States and this world. Maybe not now, but in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Think about that. You guys are going to be the ones that are going to run the world. Now, I know that sounds silly right now, but trust me, that's going to happen one day. And one day you're going to look back at the Junior Academy and say, hey, I learned so much from doing a scientific project, presenting it in front of judges and peers. So congratulations once again. And now, I would like to introduce my sister who has been helping me to put together a short highlights video for us. we're waiting, student officers, current and future student officers, please raise your hand, because thank you so much yesterday for helping us out. Have a round of applause, because they're the ones who took the photos. Round of applause for my sister. Alright, so as you saw, you inspired me. Okay? I'm only 25 and you inspired me to come here each and every year and volunteer my life away, because it makes me happy to see you be happy. And to be honest, the dance, I was here at 2009 VCU, VJAS happened. And when I walked into the dance floor last night, I'm like, I remember this from 8 years ago. I had so much fun. This is why I do VJAS student. And I hope you consider joining the Senior Academy once you're in college, because you have many opportunities that Senior Academy offers. And also come back and judge, chair, and also volunteer for the Junior Academy. So thank you again. Congratulations on a job well done. And now, I think, without much waiting here, I'm going to introduce you our former VJAS president who comes back every single year to do this, to the awards, Mr. Alan Booth.
I thought I could get it to work, but I guess not. Good morning, VJAS. How are we doing? Who's ready to win some awards? let me be honest with you. Not everyone today is going to walk away with an award. It's a bummer, I know. And believe me, I completely understand what it's like. I presented at VJAS 5 times, 5 years, 5 different projects. I won once. It's not an easy symposium to win, to place in, but I don't think that's why VJAS is important. As Save touched on in his short speech before me, you come to VJAS because you care about science, because you care about the scientific method, and the skills you learn here, specifically those of communicating your research and sharing your passion and enthusiasm in what you learn, are the real rewards. They're going to carry you far, especially in college, when, believe me, you definitely don't get a medal after every test. So, without further ado, let's get started with some housekeeping. When you come up, or when your name is called, you're going to come up this staircase, stage left. You're going to stand right here, in sort of the left third of the stage. Then, when your name is called with your place, you'll walk across this stage, you'll shake a hand, you'll walk down that staircase, out that door, and take a photo. Pretty simple. Everyone following me?
Yeah.
All right. Our first category, I will wait. I do have nothing better to do today. Our first category is animal and human sciences. Yeah. Our first category is animal and human sciences. Would Ashwin Prabhu, Riya Bakshi, Delia Curran, Haley King, Cameron Sharma, Catherine Donovan, Sean Lateef, and Delaney Watts please come forward. Now while they're coming up to the stage, as soon as your name is called, you can start walking. Your sponsors want to get out of here and get home as soon as possible. I completely understand. So just come on up to the stage. There's no shame in it. With that, the honorable mention for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Riya Bakshi from George H. Moody Middle School. The honorable mention for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Ashwin Prabhu from George H. Moody Middle School. The honorable mention for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Delia Curran and Haley King from Williamsburg Middle School. Third place for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Catherine Donovan from Mary Ellen Henderson. The second place award for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Cameron Sharma from George H. And first place for Animal and Human Sciences goes to Sean Lateef from Louis A. Benton Middle School. Our next category is Botany. Would James Shin, Sahiti Vagunta, Anusha Puri, Benjamin Thakara, Carolyn White, and Kishore Bhatt please come forward. The honorable mention for Botany goes to James Shin from Mills E. Godwin High School. The honorable mention for botany goes to Sahithi Vagunta from Mills E. Godwin High School. The honorable mention for botany goes to Caroline White from Clover Hill High School. Third place for botany goes to Nusha Puri from Mills E. Godwin High School. Second place for botany goes to Benjamin Thakara from Mills E. Godwin High School. And first place for botany goes to Kishore Bhatt from Mills E. Godwin High School. In the category of Chemical Science A, would Parisa Ashar, Abhay Dugurala, Thinman Duan, Sophia Bennell, Jessica Lynn, and Allison Hines please come forward? For Chemical Science A goes to Parisa Ashar from George H. Moody Middle School. The honorable mention for Chemical Science A goes to Abhay Dugarala from George H. Moody. The honorable mention for Chemical Science A goes to Thinman Duan from George H. Moody. Chemical Science A goes to Allison Hines. Second place in Chemical Science A goes to Sophia Bennell. And first place in Chemical Science A goes to Jessica Lynn from George H. In the category of Chemical Science B, would Landon Romansky, Kieran Wall, Isabel Van Wagner, Anadita Sharma, and Grace Zhang please come forward? In the category of Chemical Science B, the honorable mention goes to Landon Romansky from Savage. The honorable mention in Chemical Science B also goes to Kieran Wall from George H. Moody Middle School. Third place in the category of Chemical Science B goes to Grace Zhang from George H. Moody Middle School. Second place is awarded to Isabel Van Wagner. And the first place award for Chemical Science B goes to Anadita Sharma from George. We now move to Chemistry A. Would Leslie Albrecht, Andion Dizan, Grace Davenport, Maya Elby, Michaela Jones, Titu M. Dunstan, and Rajul Kaul please come forward? The honorable mention for Chemistry A is awarded to Leslie Albrecht from Clover Hill High School. The honorable mention is also awarded to Grace Davenport from Clover Hill. And the third honorable mention is awarded to Rajul Kaul from Mills E. Godwin. Third place for Chemistry A is awarded to Titu M. Dunstan from... Second place in the category of Chemistry A is awarded to Maya Elby and Michaela Jones. award for Chemistry A is awarded to Andian Dizan from Mills E. Godwin High School. For the category of Chemistry B, would Ying Yuan, Katie Zhang, Richard Key, Julia Madurk, and Matthew Lim please come forward? In the category of Chemistry B, the honorable mention is awarded to Ying Yuan from Mills E. Godwin High School. The honorable mention is also awarded to Katie Zhang from Mills E. Godwin High School. Third place is awarded to Matthew Lim from Mills E. Godwin High School. Second place is awarded to Richard Key from Roanoke Valley Governor School. And first place is awarded to Julia Madurk from For the category of Ecology and Earth Sciences, one very near and dear to my own heart, would Shruti Bala, Avery Don Moyer, Bennett Clark, and Ashwin Jory please come forward. In the category of Ecology and Earth Sciences, the honorable mention is awarded to Shruti Bala from George H. Moody Middle School. Third place is awarded to Avery Dalmoyer from Williamsburg Middle School. Second place is awarded to Ashwin Jory from George H. Moody Middle School. And first place in the category of Ecology and Earth Sciences is awarded to Bennett Clark. For the category of Engineering A, would the following students please come forward? Cole Bryan, Mary Kate Comerford, Christina Cias, Benjamin Graham Hagwood, Joshua Franklin, and Ashwin Shetty. We have a cheer section. The honorable mention for Engineering A is awarded to Cole Bryan from Central Virginia. The honorable mention for Engineering A is awarded to Christina Cias from Clover Hill High School. The honorable mention for Engineering A is awarded to Benjamin Graham Hagwood. Third place is awarded to Ashwin Shetty from Henrico High School. Second place is awarded to Joshua Franklin. And first place in the category of Engineering A is awarded to Mary Kate Comerford. For the category of Engineering B, would the following students please come forward? Anastasio Carles, Jaya Prakash Kambarti, Khan Sahinger, Logan Shepard, and Kendall Livesay. Long walk. The honorable mention for Engineering D is awarded to J.O. Prakash Kambarti from Washington Lee High School. The honorable mention for Engineering B is awarded to Anastasio Carles from Henrico High School and the Dairy Program. Third place for Engineering B is awarded to Khan Sahinger from Maggie Walker Government School and the Dairy Program. Second place is awarded to Kendall Livesay from Roanoke Valley Government School. And first place in Engineering B is awarded to Logan Shepard from Central. For the category of Engineering and Math A, would Kassina Avrutina, Amulia Chowdhury, Elizabeth Eroshenko, Michael Kish, John Evans, and Alexander Kaufman please come forward? The honorable mention is awarded to Kassina Avrutina of George H. Moody Middle School. The honorable mention for Engineering and Math A is awarded to Amulia Chowdhury from George H. Moody Middle School. An honorable mention is awarded to Elizabeth Eroshenko from George H. Moody Middle School. Third place is awarded to Alexander Kaufman from George H. Second place is awarded to John Evans from Williamsburg. And the first place award for Engineering and Math A is awarded to Michael Kidd from George. For the category of Engineering and Math B, would Gabriel Rose, Anna Westbrook, Andrew Vidhukas, Irvi Segal, Eleanor Sigrist, and Matthew Sperry please come forward? For the category of Engineering and Math B, an honorable mention is presented to Gabriel Rose of George H. Moody Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Purvi Segal from George H. Moody Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Anna Westbrook of Williamsburg Middle School. Third place is presented to Andrew Vidhulkas from George H. Moody Middle School. Second place is presented to Matthew Sperry from Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School. And the first place award for Engineering and Math B is presented to Eleanor Sigrist from Louise A. Benton Middle School. For the category of Earth and Environmental Science A, would Turner Bumberry, Abigail Kelvin, Skylar Brodowski, Drew Ayers, Ojas Amberkar, and Hunter Diminik please come forward? You're good? She's good. An honorable mention in the category of Earth and Environmental Science A is presented to Abigail Belvin from Chesapeake Bay Governor School. An honorable mention is presented to Turner Bumberry from Thomas Jefferson High School. An honorable mention is presented to Hunter Diminik from Central Virginia Governor. Third place is awarded to Drew Ayers of Southwest Virginia Governor School. Second place is awarded to Ojas Amberkar from Milsey Godwin High School. And first place in the category of Earth and Environmental Science A is awarded to Skylar Brodowski. category of Earth and Environmental Science B would Noah Hull, Ashley Kim, Janine Kala, Porter Flynn, Gabrielle Jennings, Sidney Lopez, and Edwin Hutchins please come forward. In the category of Earth and Environmental Science B, an honorable mention is presented to Noah Hall of Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Janine Akala from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Ashley Kim of Central Virginia Government. Third place is awarded to Edwin Hutchins of Chesapeake Bay Government. Second place is presented to Porter Flynn of Central Virginia. And in the category of Earth and Environmental Science B, first place is awarded to Gabrielle Jennings and Cindy Lopez from Clover Hill. In the category of Earth and Environmental Science C, would the following students please come forward? Isaac Liu, Julie McMeekin, Rishika Nayak, Cory O'Shea, Emma Levon, and Evan Malley. In the category of Earth and Environmental Science C, an honorable mention is presented to Emma Levon of Clover Hill High School. An honorable mention is presented to Isaac Liu from Central Virginia Government. An honorable mention is presented to Julie McMeekin from Chesapeake Bay Governor's School. Third place is presented to Evan Malley from Washington Lee High School. Second place is presented to Rishika Nayak from Mills E. Godwin High School. And in the category of Earth and Environmental Science C, first place is awarded to Cory O'Shea from Mills E. Godwin High School. In the category of Earth and Environmental Science D, would the following students please come forward? Leah Shepard, Sydney Rude, Ethan Schaefer, Sabrina Schuster, Eleanor Tidman, and Rajit Tumala. In the category of Earth and Environmental Science D, an honorable mention is presented to Layla Shepard from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Sabrina Schuster from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to Eleanor Tidman from Chesapeake Bay Governor's School. Third place is presented to Sydney Rude from Washington High School. Second place is presented to Rajit Tumala from Mills E. Godwin High School. And first place in the category of Earth and Environmental Science D would Ethan Schaefer from Mills E. Godwin High School. For the category of Human Behavior A, would Ankita Adravriya, Shushatika Barao, Paxton Cowder, Emmeline Isel, David Chipoletti, and Grant Harris please come forward? category of human behavior A, an honorable mention is awarded to Ankita Advaru from George H. Moody Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Shushantika Baral from Kenmore Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Paxton Calvert from George H. Moody. Third place is presented to David Cipoletti from Second place is awarded to Emmeline Isley from And first place in the category of human behavior A is awarded to Grant Harris from Williams. For the category of human behavior B, would the following students please come forward? Cassandra Price, Tatiana Ananikin, Nora Parker, Margaret Rappaport, Giovanni Mazzeo, and Ellie Maru. For the category of human behavior B, an honorable mention is presented to Nora Parker from Sabbath. An honorable mention is presented to Cassandra Price from Orchard House School. An honorable mention is presented to Tatiana Vanikan from George H. Moody Middle School. Third place is awarded to Margaret Rappaport from Williams. Second place is awarded to Ellie Maruka. And first place in the category of human behavior B is awarded to Giovanni Mazzeo. For the category of math, statistics, and computer science A, none of which are things I'm good at, would Julia Valera, David Day, William Carlson, Evan Bender, Caroline Cunningham, and John Knickerbocker please come forward? In the category of math, statistics, and computer science A, an honorable mention is presented to Julia Valera from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to David Day from Yorktown High School. An honorable mention is presented to John Knickerbocker from Clover. Is awarded to William Carlson from Central. Second place is awarded to Caroline Cunningham from Washington. And first place in the category of math, statistics, and computer science A, would Kevin Bender of Clover Hill High School accept the award? In the category of math, statistics, and computer science B, because it wasn't good enough for me to just be bad in one category, I had to be bad in two, would Amber Lee, Joshua Smith, Alex McQuilkin, Daniel Wu, Nicole Reikagov, and Ryan Mark please come forward? For the category of math, statistics, and computer science B, an honorable mention is presented to Amber Lee from Central Virginia. Psychaga from Cape Henry Collegiate School. An honorable mention is presented to Joshua Smith from the Mathematics and Science Academy at Ocean Lakes High School. Third place is awarded to Alex McQuoken from Clover Hill High School and the Dairy. Second place is awarded to Daniel Wu from Mills E. Godwin High School. And first place in the category of Math, Statistics, and Computer Science B is awarded to Ryan Mark from Georgetown High School. For the category of Medicine and Health A, would Ajita Bala, Shaylin Dempsey, Tanner Gage, Cassandra Capicelli, Ryan Berry, and Andrew Cadell please come forward. In the category of Medicine and Health A, an honorable mention is presented to Ajita Bala from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Shaylin Dempsey from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to Tanner Gage from Central Virginia College. Third place in the category of Medicine and Health A is awarded to Cassandra Capicelli from Clover Hill High School. Second place is awarded to Ryan Berry from Thomas Jefferson High School. And first place in the category of Medicine and Health A is awarded to Andrew Cadell from Southwest Virginia Governor School. For the category of Medicine and Health B, would the following students please come forward? Jackson Rafiq, Jamel Reed, Jerry Zhang, Farheen Zaman, Adi Sharma, and Caroline Yee. In the category of Medicine and Health B, an honorable mention is presented to Adi Sharma from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Farheen Zaman from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Jerry Zhang from Mills E. Godwin High School. Third place in the category of Medicine and Health B is presented to Caroline Yee from Mountain Vista Governor School. Second place in the category of Medicine and Health B is awarded to Jamel Reed from Chesapeake Bay. And first place in the category of Medicine and Health B is awarded to Jackson Riffey. In the category of Microbiology and Cell Biology A, would the following students please come forward? Ellen Harmon and Nathan Nguyen, Anjali Jain, Christina Blank, Riley McBride, Srivarshini Prabhu, Naomi Gahari, Vanessa Len, and Michael Lindsay Jr. An honorable mention is presented to Christina Blake, Riley McBride, and Srivarshini Prabhu from Thomas Jefferson High School. An honorable mention is presented to Ellen Harmon and Nathan Nguyen from Roanoke Valley Governor School. An honorable mention is presented to Anjali Jain from Mills E. Godwin High School. Third place is awarded to Michael Lindsay Jr. from Hanover High School. Second place is presented to Naomi Gohari from Mills E. Godwin High School. And first place is presented to Vanessa Lynn from Roanoke Valley Governor. In the category of Microbiology and Cell Biology B, would the following students come forward? Matthew Svek, Konstantinos Oikomun, Amruta Ponukupati, Tristan Williams, Arti Pokaro and Lily Zhu, and Megan Webb. In the category of Microbiology and Cell Biology B, an honorable mention is presented to Arti Pokaro and Lily Zhu from Blacksburg High School. An honorable mention is presented to Megan Webb from Roanoke Valley Governor School. An honorable mention is presented to Tristan Williams from Southwest Virginia Governor School. Third place is presented to Amruta Ponukupati from Mills E. Godwin High School. Second place is presented to Matthew Svek from Roanoke Valley Governor School. And the first place award from Microbiology and Cell Biology B is awarded to Konstantinos Oikonomu from Roanoke Valley Governor School. For the category of Physical Science A, would the following students come forward? Colin Berry, Cooper Donovan and Kyle Wilson, William Brown, Sarah Lambert, Alexander Falk, and Jocelyn LaForce Redwood. In the category of Physical Science A, an honorable mention is presented to Colin Berry from Williamsburg Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Cooper Donovan and Kyle Wilson from Boston. An honorable mention is presented to Jocelyn LaForce Regley from Williamsburg Middle School. Third place is awarded to William Graff from Williamsburg Middle School. Second place is awarded to Alexandra Fall from Swanson Middle. And the first place award for the category of Physical Science A is awarded to Sarah Lambert from Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School. In the category of Physical Science B, would the following students come forward? Ari Perlstein, Shirayu Nimonkar, Grace Woolwine, Leo Rosenbaum, Ryan Paolini, Cameron Paolini. Physical Science B. An honorable mention is presented to Chirayu Nimonkar from George H. University. An honorable mention is presented to Ari Perlstein from Thomas Jefferson Middle. An honorable mention is presented to Grace Woolwine from Sabbath. Third place is presented to Cameron Paolini from Sabbath. Second place is presented to Leo Rosenbaum from Sabbath. And he told me he was the older brother. First place in the category of Physical Science B is presented to Ryan Paolini from Sabbath. Our next category is Physics A. Would the following students please come forward? Alexander Gallen, Dana Jones and Savannah Horton, Sylvain Chassanu, Andrew Childers, Noah Baumgartner, and Satya Kopu. Physics A is presented to Noah Baumgartner from Central Virginia. An honorable mention in the category of Physics A is presented to Alexander Gollin from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to Satya Kopu from Mills E. Godwin High School. I'm going to say the school first this time, since they keep clapping over it. Third place is presented to a student from Central Virginia Governor's School, Andrew Childers. Second place is awarded to Sylvain Chassanou from Washington. And first place in the category of Physics A is awarded to Dana Jones and Savannah Horton from Massanutten Regional Governor's School. For the category of Physics B, with the following students, please come forward. Medha Machetti, Jonathan Shira, Jacob Wilson, Sarah Russell Hunter, Spencer McTurk, and Kelton Williams. In the category of Physics B, an honorable mention is presented to Medha Machetti from Mills E. Godwin High School. An honorable mention is presented to Sarah Russell Hunter from Washington. An honorable mention is presented to Kelton Williams from Washington High School. Third place is awarded to Spencer McTurk from Mills E. Godwin High School. Second place is awarded to I could have sworn someone pssed me, but I guess not. Back on track. Second place in the category of Physics B is awarded to Jonathan Shira from Central Virginia. And first place in the category of Physics B is awarded to Jacob Wilson from Chesapeake Bay Governor's School. Our next category is Plant Science and Microbiology A. With the following students come forward. Joshua Golden and Jason Sue. Spencer Lewis. Abigail Kelvin. Anuj Kimka. Ritika Alada. And Emily Lionberger. An honorable mention in the category of Plant Science and Microbiology A is presented to Ritika Alada from George H. Moody Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Joshua Golden and Jason Sue from Swanson. An honorable mention is presented to Spencer Lewis from Gunston Middle School. Third place is awarded to Emily Lionberger from George H. Moody Middle School. Second place is awarded to Abigail Daglish. And first place in the category of Plant Science and Microbiology A is awarded to Anuj Kimka. Our next category is Plant Sciences and Microbiology B. With the following students, please come forward. Rahul Sunan Kumar, Siddharth Ranga, Karuna Ramani, Zachary Wooden, Nadia O'Hara, and Ava Zwarches, and Noah Porter. category of Plant Sciences and Microbiology B, an honorable mention is presented to Nadia O'Hara and Ava Zorchik from Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School. An honorable mention is presented to Siddharth Ranga from George H.
Yes, Siddharth!
An honorable mention is presented to Rahul Sunikumar
Yeah.
from George H. Third place is presented to Zachary Wooden from George H. Second place is presented to Karuna Ramani. And first place in the category of Plant Sciences and Microbiology B is awarded to Noah Portner from Williams. Our next category is Psychology A. Would the following students please come forward? Dakota Clapper, Yumin Huang, Io Kova, Julia Buchholz, Hannah Molpin, Lindsay Grodowski, and Addie Ratelman. In the category of Psychology A, an honorable mention is presented to Lindsay Grodowski and Addie Ratelman from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to Dakota Clapper from Washington Lee High School. An honorable mention is presented to Hannah Malpin of Central Virginia. Third place is awarded to Yumin Huang from Central Virginia. Second place is awarded to Io Kova from Washington. And first place in the category of Psychology A goes to a student who told me she was nervous. Julia Buchholz of Central Virginia. Our next category is Psychology B. Would the following students please come forward? Rachel Myers, Kayla Vance, Nicola McHugh, Inaya Sidhu, Karis Weileman, and Nicolette Pembroke. An honorable mention is presented to Rachel Myers of Southwest Virginia Government School. An honorable mention is presented to Nicolette Pember of the Mathematics and Science Academy at Ocean Lakes High School. An honorable mention is presented to Kayla Vance of Central Virginia. Third place is presented to Karis Weileman from Yorktown High School. Second place is awarded to Inayat Sidhu from Mills E. Godwin High School. And first place in the category of Psychology B is awarded to Nicola McHugh from Washington Lee High School. Our next and final category is Zoology. Would the following students please come forward? Emily Dyerly, Ty Stevenson, Nuala Jones, Haley Barefoot, and Keith Kumar and Victoria Nutt. In the category of zoology, an honorable mention is presented to Emily Dyerly from Mills E. Goddard High School. An honorable mention is presented to Victoria Nutt from Chesapeake Bay Government School. An honorable mention is presented to Ty Stevenson from Blacksburg High School. Third place is presented to Ankit Kumar from Mills E. Goddard. Second place is presented to Nuala Jones from Mountain Vista Governor School. And first place in the category of zoology is presented to Haley Barefoot from Clover Hill High School. I'd now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Julia Cothran.
I see I stand between you and the special awards. They always say, don't stand between lunch and the special, and so I'm now before the special awards, so I know what you're interested in. I'm here today because yesterday I was called or text about noontime. And I was asked if I would come and speak to this group. I was in the middle of working on the special awards documents for the judges. But I texted Debbie Neely Fisher back and I said, sure, I can do this. I thought that I would get home last night in a timely manner. It was so intense last night, and Mama Susan told me that I had to text her and let her know that I was home safe, like, you know, I'm a teenager. And I texted home at midnight. So, in terms of time to prepare remarks, it was fairly non-existent. So I want to tell you some stories. And I want to tell you some stories about something that's advertised in your VJAS program. And also there's a flyer in your chairs. I'm going to tell you some stories about 2 books. Now, the names of the newest books are STEM Research for Students. There's a first volume and a second volume. But they were preceded by books that were first published officially in 1986 and had 4 editions. One was called Students and Research, the Red Book, and we still have a red book. It's the volume 2. And the other was called Science Experiments by the Hundreds. And it was the green book, and we still have a green book. So even though the name is quite different, these are the successors to those books. Now, I'm not much of a salesman. And so when they tell me to talk about my book, I, of course, would like for you to buy them, but I'd like to communicate to you why they were written in the first place, what impact they've had, and why I spent 2 full years after I retired writing these books. Okay, first of all, why were they written? I've got a phrase here, one teacher makes a difference. I would have been a history or an English major, except that I had a 9th grade science teacher who taught by the inquiry method. I had never had a teacher that had you do experiments and analyze the data and look at it and make an explanation of what was happening. Now that teacher inspired me by the way that they taught science. That teacher also encouraged some of us, if we wanted, to participate in competitions. In Georgia, I participated for 3 years in the Georgia Academy of Science. And yes, I won awards. But the part of my story that I want to communicate is that one teacher left after the first year. And I had no mentor the second year, nor the third year, except for some brief conversations about 2 or 3 times. This is important to me because many of you are very fortunate. You are fortunate because you go to a specialty school, you go to a governor's school, you go to a place where you have teachers who support you in the school and teachers who are there for multiple years to help you grow. But there are thousands of potential participants in VJAS across the state. And so I would encourage you to talk with your comrades that are in schools and to help those one teachers identify those students who have the capacity to come here and to benefit. Now, why does the book that I wrote help? Because it gives the basics of what you need to enter this competition. And I have graded many, many, many VJAS papers over the years. And I can tell you that many times I've thought, oh, I wish someone had explained this, or I wish someone had explained that. So one teacher makes a difference, and everyone does not have to compete. Also, when I started writing this book, and I say I started writing, I did have co-authors. 2 of them were not writing this time, and I have 2 new co-authors, and I'll give them due credit here. I really looked at what's going to happen nationally. And nationally, we have a set of standards called the Next Generation Science Standards. Those standards have not been adopted by Virginia, as they've been adopted by many other states. However, those standards are unique in defining what kind of practices scientists use and engineers use, such as asking questions, designing investigations, analyzing data, arguing from evidence, communication. Once I had gone to some national conferences and looked at those standards, I really felt that there was a place for this book to return. And that perhaps we were going to finally turn 180 degrees away from the multiple choice test and again value project work like you were doing. I also wanted to develop a common language and understanding. and the ability among students to continuously self-assess yourself. When people don't speak the same language, they have difficulty making a sequence or developing a problem-based unit or an authentic learning experience for students. If you've got some common vocabulary, you can begin to talk the same language. You can begin to help students grow in their understanding of those concepts. And more importantly, you can help them self-assess. So, every chapter that is in that book has a checklist. And somebody said to me, well, Julia, you're just old-fashioned. A checklist just means, is it there or not? Like you had a checklist, and you said, yeah, I got this form, and this form, and this form, and this form. A checklist can be more than that. A checklist can enable you to look at your experimental design and determine, do you have certain elements in it? Are those elements correct? Are those elements of quality? Are they appropriate? Okay. Impact. I was very fortunate to work with the Hanover County Schools from 1980 to 1991, 92. And there were two teachers in those schools that were working with projects, Mary Frances Hobbs and Eleanor Tenney. Both of those teachers have received the Outstanding Teacher Award from VJAS. They knew that I had been involved in research, and so they asked me to come in and talk to their students and ask them questions and prepare them to go to VJAS. Well, there are lots of problems with the papers. And so once we began to realize those problems existed, they asked me to go out in the schools and start teaching model lessons on how to come up with a project idea, how to have a design, how to analyze your data effectively. How do you do one of those statistical tests like chi-square and t-test? Well, Hanover County used to bring people in busloads to this competition. And everybody hated to see the Hanover buses roll up. And they won. They won tremendous numbers of awards for a period of time. And they won those awards because they had been taught the fundamentals. And over the years, the teachers had taught them those fundamentals as part of their regular instruction. They had not just had, here's a packet, go do a project. They had integrated skills that you needed to know into certain labs throughout the year. In 1986, the Hanover County Schools won 14 of 16 first places and every special award but one. Now, there was a question, how are you doing it? So the Virginia Academy of Science asked me to go out and to teach workshops across the Commonwealth of Virginia to prepare other schools to do the academy. Two people came to those workshops, Ron Geis from William and Mary and Dick Raspa from VCU. And we ended up working together because we all had different strengths. And to tell you the truth, we had never written a book and we weren't sure how to do it. But we learned from each other. So, since I've read papers, and when you get your papers back today and they're scored, I imagine that you will have done pretty well on experimental design. Many of you have used the term experimental design diagram. that came from the first Red Book. And you can still find all the background in chapters 1 through 4. There's been a huge improvement in your ability to use data tables with descriptive statistics and an appropriate graph. Of course, in those days you had to make the graph. Now you just select the graph. But you can always check chapters 5 and 6 to see if you made the right decision. And understanding inferential statistics. How many times have I asked a student, what does degrees of freedom mean? What does your alpha level mean? How did you know that this was significant? What confidence did you have in your results? And over the years, there's been a great improvement. And part of that was because of what's in chapter 16. But there are recurring weaknesses. So you coming back next year? Perk up. One of the recurring weaknesses is having a valid project. Having a valid project. And that comes from the fact that you need to brainstorm, you need to read the existing literature, you need to go back and brainstorm some more and refine that question that you're going to make. In chapters 9, 11, and 12, I take the epitome of the nothing experiment. Which paper towel will pick up the most water? And by the time you've been through those chapters and the approach, and you looked at it, they would model for you how you could come out with a creative and innovative project. Safety. Many of you have to fill out those safety forms, etc. There's a chapter on safety to help you understand the big picture. There's also one on fully utilizing the math that you now take. You middle school students have had histograms, stem and leaf plots, box plots, scatter plots, and you all that have taken algebra have used scatter plots. These techniques can be taken from your math class and used to better describe your data, especially the use of algebra for mathematical modeling. And that's in chapters 15 and 16. Now, the next one is writing a conclusion. I would say that the weakest part of most papers is the conclusion. And the conclusion will distinguish between often the paper that wins and the paper that does not. In your conclusion, you need to be arguing from your evidence. Your evidence is your data, and your evidence is the prior research that exists. When the new standards of learning come out for science, you will see an emphasis throughout on more integration of middle school mathematics and more emphasis on arguing from evidence. Okay, I want to close with this. What is my vision? And what do I hope that you remember today? First is, I hope you will use the past to inform the future. Many of you teachers are based in project and problem-based learning and authentic projects. But we have gone through movements with different names in which those things failed because we did not scaffold the learning appropriately, we did not integrate the STEM practices, and we did not have formative assessment. So, I encourage you to look at some models. I also encourage you as teachers to sequence what you're doing. Don't expect students that have never done an inquiry lab or a mini project in the classroom to immediately go and do an independent research for competition. Scaffold that learning both during the year and over time. Many of you worked in pairs, worked in teams. I encourage you to work in pairs and in teams, but sometimes group work is challenging. And Chapter 11 has to do with working in a collaborative environment and scheduling your comrades and holding them accountable. Okay? Other points. When you get your papers back this time, you will see a reference to using things that were appropriate to the discipline. Our score sheets used to be too focused on an experimental design. There are many kinds of investigations. So you will see that that score sheet placed more emphasis on the appropriate techniques for engineering, for science, and for mathematics. The book, the second book there, also addresses engineering and mathematics and computer modeling. Okay, I'm going to close with 2 points. The first are that you that are in the schools know that we are looking at a new graduation requirement. And that new graduation requirement says that we're to develop within you 21st century skills that will enable you to succeed as a citizen and in the workplace. Think about these skills and think about if you did this as part of your VJAS project. Communication, collaboration, check. Critical and creative thinking, and citizenship. I would submit to you that the Virginia Junior Academy of Science is one way that you can demonstrate that you have met those skills. And my last thing is, have fun when you do your project. I know that sounds crazy, but select something that is meaningful to you and that you think you would like to do. And on Tuesday, I'll close by saying, on Tuesday I was at Lewis Skinner Botanical Garden because I do a lot of volunteer work at the Art Museum and at Lewis Skinner. And I saw 2 art installations that spurred me thinking about science projects. So science projects are everywhere.
So, Dr. Cawthorne is a valuable member of our Virginia Junior Academy of Science committee and team, and we kind of deceived her because we asked her to explain about her new book, which is important, but also we wanted for her to physically be here for the Virginia Junior Academy of Science Distinguished Service Award, which is an adult award where we give to an outstanding person from the committee who has dedicated their 10, 20, 30 years of life into the Virginia Junior Academy of Science. And therefore, I would like to present this plaque to Dr. Julia Cawthorne. She's staying here because we're not over yet. We have a second, I would like to award a second Virginia Junior Academy of Science Distinguished Service Award. And she's another deserving candidate because she's worked in the paper room for many years and hopefully many more to come. And she is the current Virginia Academy of Science, or we call that Senior Academy, president for the next 12 hours, about right? Yeah, so she's gonna close out the academy, but she's the current president and also an important member of the Virginia Junior Academy of Science. Give it up for Dr. Deborah Neely Fisher. Now I would like to place it back to our regularly scheduled programming of awards. I know you guys have been waiting. To Mr. Allen.
Our next set of awards are the first place category awards. These are given to the best papers in certain categories, as determined by either the section judges or, if in multiple sections, a group of special award judges. Would the following student please come forward? Kishore Bhatt. Kishore is presented with the VJAS Botany Award, which is given to the botany section of the Virginia Academy of Science to the best paper on a botanical subject. Would the following students please come forward? Andion Dizon, Logan Shepard, Matthew Sveck, Vanessa Lynn, Kevin Bender, Joshua Smith, Caroline Cunningham, and Haley Barefoot. The Rodney C. Berry Chemistry Award is given for the paper that evidences the most significant contribution in the field of chemistry. This year, the Rodney C. Berry Chemistry Award is presented to Andion Dizon from Mills E. Godwin High School. The William W. Berry Engineering Award is given by Dominion Virginia Power in honor of Mr. William W. Berry, who was a past chairman of the Board of Virginia Power. This year, the award is presented to Logan Shepard of Central Virginia Government School. The N.M. Hancock Cellular Biology Award is given to the best paper in cellular biology and is presented in memory of N.M. Hancock. Ms. Hancock retired from Patrick Henry High School in Hanover County and gave many years of service to the Junior Academy, not only through her teaching, but also through active participation and service on the Junior Academy Committee. This year, the award is presented to Matthew Sveck and Vanessa Lynn of Roanoke Valley Government School. The Mathematics Award is given for the paper that evidences the most significant contribution in the field of mathematics. This year, the award is presented to two papers, to Kevin Bender from Clover Hill High School and to Joshua Smith from the Mathematics and Science Academy at Ocean Lakes High School. The Statistics Award is given for the paper that evidences the most significant contribution in the field of statistics. This year, the award is presented to two papers, to Caroline Cunningham from Washington Lee High School and to Matchless Walker from T.C. Williams High School. There's a lot of names. The VABE Zoology Award is presented by the Virginia Association of Biology Educators and is given for outstanding research in the zoology section. This year, the award is presented to Haley Barefoot from Clover Hill High School. Okay. We now move to the Special Interest Awards and Scholarships. These are awards and scholarships given by various groups, foundations, and colleges. Students apply for these awards, and they are judged by a special panel of judges from the awarding bodies. In the case that an award is not given, it is because we did not receive any qualified papers meeting the standards set by the judging bodies. Will the following students please come forward? Kaylin Janiga and Jerry Zhang. Kaylin Janiga of Roanoke Valley Governor School and Jerry Zhang of Mills E. Godwin High School are presented with the Cancer Research Awards, which are given to recognize outstanding science papers related to cancer research. They are provided by the American Cancer Society. Would the following students now please come forward? Ryan Mark, Samuel Lissner, Caroline Cunningham, Sarah Jackson, Nicole Reikaga, Edwin Hudgens, Turner Bumberry, and Victoria Graff. The Dr. and Mrs. Preston H. Leake Award in Applied Chemistry is given to the author of a research paper which best exemplifies how chemicals, chemical principles, or chemistry have been used, are used, or might be used to enhance or even to save life. This year, the award is presented to Ryan Mark of Yorktown High School. The Roscoe Hughes Genetics Award is given for the best paper in the field of genetics. This year, it is presented to Samuel Lissner of Ocean Lakes High School. The Infectious Diseases Award is given to commemorate Dr. Smith Shadomi by the Virginia chapter of the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases. It is given to the paper that evidences outstanding research in the field of infectious diseases. This year, the award is presented to Caroline Cunningham of Washington Lee High School. The Physiological Society Award is given by the Richmond Area Speleological Society for outstanding research addressing karst or topics related to speleology. That means bats, caves, carbonate geology, paleo environments, limestone fossils, sinkholes, and it says etc., but it really means other cool stuff. This year, the award is presented to Sarah Jackson from Harrisonburg High School. The Virginia Museum of Natural History Award is presented by the Friends of the Virginia Museum of Natural History. It recognizes a significant contribution in the study and interpretation of Virginia's natural heritage. This year, it is presented to Nicole Reikaga of Cape Henry Collegiate School. The Virginia Sea Grant College Program Award is given by the Virginia Sea Grant College Program for outstanding marine or coastal research. This year, it is presented to Edwin Hutchins of Chesapeake Bay Governor School. The Gamma Sigma Delta Award is presented by the Virginia Tech chapter of the Honor Society of Agriculture. It is given in recognition of excellence in research, dealing with application of new technologies, and/or concepts in agriculture, forestry, or veterinary medicine. This year, the award is presented to Turner Bumberry and Victoria Graff of Thomas Jefferson High School. I've been asked to read off a few names because we have checks to give you. If you're in the audience, please meet Miss Booth on the right side of the auditorium. Kevin Bender, Matthew Sveck, Lynn Vanessa, Dizan Andion, Kishore Bhatt, and Logan Shepard. I would now like to invite the following scholarship winner to come forward. Normally at this time, we would present the Bethel High School Scholarship, a $1,000 scholarship award from the interest earned from a $10,000 endowment contributed by the students of Bethel High School in Hampton, Virginia over a 2-year period. The award is based on both the student's presentation and paper. Unfortunately, no applicants met the requirements this year, so it will not be presented. Before we move to our next set of awards, I would like to invite Joe Maroon to please come forward.
Good morning. It is an honor to be with you this morning and to once again see the enthusiasm that's here that surrounds this event. And I congratulate all of you who made the effort to participate in the Junior Academy program this year. As Alan said, I'm Joe Maroon. I'm the Executive Director of the Virginia Environmental Endowment. And we have been honored to be among the scholarship presenters these last several years. 2017 is our 40th anniversary. We opened our doors for business on February the 1st, 1977. Safe to say, before most of you here were even born. We were the first philanthropic foundation in the nation to focus exclusively on the environment. And although we've made over 1,400 grants that have resulted in over $80 million in environmental improvement, many Virginians are unaware of the endowment's unique beginning, its impact on the Commonwealth's natural resources, and the role that we continue to play. I don't have time to go into it now, but I suggest if you're interested, check out our website, www.vee.org, if you'd like to learn more about the endowment. Today we focus on supporting projects and organizations that improve water quality, restore Chesapeake Bay, advance land conservation, increase awareness of environmental issues, respond to emerging concerns, including coastal resilience and climate conditions, and last but certainly not least, enhance environmental literacy. Every year since 1984, the Virginia Environmental Endowment has provided 2 college scholarships to deserving high school students. To date, the endowment has awarded $630,000 in scholarship funds to 64 high school students across Virginia. The scholarship program is administered by the Junior Academy of Science, and they are named in honor of 3 of our founding members of our board of directors. The first is the Francis and Sidney Lewis Environmental Science Scholarship. It is a $5,000 4-year scholarship awarded to the student whose project presented here at this annual research symposium that evidences the most significant contribution in the field of environmental science. The second is the, is the Henry Mckenzie Jr. Environmental Scholarship. It is also a $5,000 four-year college scholarship that is awarded to the students whose project presented here evidences the most significant contribution in the field of environmental science dealing with the James River Basin and the Chesapeake Bay. So I look forward to hearing who the winners are this year as well. Thank you.
As a former recipient of the Henry Mckenzie Environmental Scholarship, it is my great honor to invite Abigail Kelvin to the stage. Abigail is a student from Chesapeake Bay Governor's School. She has received the Henry Mckenzie Environmental Scholarship because her paper evidences the most significant contribution in the field of environmental science, specifically, as Mr. Maroon stated, dealing with the James River Basin and Chesapeake Bay. I'm now also honored to invite Macy Marie Cowler to the stage. Macy is also a student from Chesapeake Bay Governor's School. She is presented with the Francis and Sidney Lewis Environmental Scholarship, recognizing the best effort by a student in grades 9 to 12 in the field of environmental science. The Virginia Junior Academy of Science is now proud to present its highest awards. They are given for the best paper presentations and for outstanding service and dedication to our students and to the Academy. Will the following students please come forward? For the Dorothy Knowlton Award, Sean Lateef and Delmy Waltz from Louise A. Benton Middle School. Mr. Lateef and Miss Waltz are presented with the Dorothy Knowlton Award for presenting the best paper in the life sciences as middle school students. This award is presented in honor of Dorothy Knowlton, the former science coordinator of Arlington County, who was instrumental in advancing experimental design within our state's science curriculum. Congratulations. We now present the Joyce K. Peterson Award. Would Eleanor Sigrist of Louise A. Benton Middle School please come forward? The Joyce K. Peterson Award is given to a middle school student presenting the best paper in the physical sciences. It is awarded in honor of Mrs. Joyce K. Peterson, who has been an outstanding teacher in the Arlington County Schools. Congratulations. We now present the Catesby Jones Award to Vanessa Lynn of Roanoke Valley Governor's School. The Catesby Jones Award is given to a 12th grade senior student whose paper evidences the most significant contribution to science. Congratulations, Vanessa. And now, to be cliche, the moment you've all been waiting for. The VJAS Best of Symposium Research Awards. These awards are given by the Virginia Academy of Science to papers in grades 8 to 11, presenting the most outstanding papers at the Virginia Junior Academy of Science Research Symposium. The winners will be invited to attend the annual meeting and present their papers as a poster presentation before the American Junior Academy of Science. which meets concurrently with the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences. The 2018 AAAS, NAAS, and AJAS meeting will be held in February in Austin, Texas. For these awards, we first present an alternate. The first alternate of the VJAS Best of Symposium Research Award is Jackson Riffey of Central And the grand winner of the Best of Symposium Research Award is Eleanor Sigrist from Louise A. Benton Middle School.
What about us?
But we aren't done with Eleanor quite yet. We will now present the Erdl Thompson Memorial Endowment Award. A representative from the endowment is present to speak.
Good morning. What a privilege it is for me to be here today in the midst of so many talented young scientists and educators. Congratulations to each of you on your accomplishments at this year's symposium. How many of you are here for the very first time? Wow. How many of you want to come back next year? That's terrific. I hope you've had a great experience and they'll even need a bigger room for next year. Thank you, Virginia Academy of Sciences, for allowing me to be here to honor a very special man, Dr. Erdl Thompson. Many knew him as a professor and a colleague, but to me, he was simply my dad, which was great because I never really liked science as a kid. But just my luck, every science teacher I ever had knew my dad, and most had had him as one of their professors. So my high school science classes were quite challenging. I was often tempted to just lie and tell my teachers, nope, never heard of the guy. But math was good for me, but science, not so easy. But it wasn't until recent years that I really gained a true appreciation of my dad's hard work and distinguished career and his passion for science education. From his humble beginnings in the coalfields of eastern Kentucky to his first job teaching high school chemistry to his professorship of over 40 years at the University of Virginia, and then on across the nation as an outstanding leader in science education, my dad dedicated his career to shaping the next generation of science teachers. From tech teacher to textbook consultant to symposium speaker to association president, he did it all. But I believe one of the highlights of his year, every year, was attending the Junior Academy, which he served for many years here in Virginia. He loved to hear the newest research projects and encourage young people like yourselves to pursue their dreams and their love for science. To see that legacy live on, we have established the Erdl Thompson Memorial Endowment Fund. This annual award is presented to the winner of this symposium to send her on to the National Convention in Austin next year. Congratulations once again, Eleanor. I trust you'll have a great time in Austin, and next year we'll see you all back here again.
We now move to present the Dr. R. Dean Decker Honorarium Award. This is an award of $500 to be presented to the teacher or sponsor of the 2 top student winners of the VJAS trip. The monies can be used at the discretion of the recipients, so long as it is related to attendance at the VJAS meeting. Guidelines and procedures for the recipients will follow later. This year, we present the award to Deborah Peterman from Louise A. Benton Middle School. Finally, we would now like to present, on behalf of the VJAS committee, our awards for outstanding service. First, we present the VJAS Honorary Membership. This includes 1 year's membership in the Virginia Academy of Science, including a subscription to the Virginia Journal of Science. It is awarded for outstanding service to the Junior Academy and the VJAS committee. I would now like to invite to the stage to be recognized Sarah Jackson of Harrisonburg High School. We present the VJAS Award for Dedication and Service to VJAS. The support of VJAS makes all of this possible. In addition to several awards that have already been given by VJAS, this award recognizes past VJAS officers or a VJAS member who has continued to provide support as a volunteer to the Junior Academy even after completion of high school.
So, I don't have a certificate here with me, but nothing's in the script because our own Alan Booth is going to get the VJAS Award for Dedicated Service to VJAS. So, congratulations.
Well, it only took me 9 years to win a second award. We would also like to present the VJAS Distinguished Service Award to No, we didn't. It's on the script. Oh, there's notes. Everyone just forget about that. We now move to present the ECL Miller Science Teacher of the Year Award, given to, you guessed it, an outstanding science teacher. Unfortunately, your teachers were so busy looking over your projects, they didn't submit for this award, so we have no one to award it to.
Miss Mitchell! Mrs. Mitchell! Miss Mitchell!
We can all just quiet down for a minute. Ms. Booth has something for us in the back of the auditorium.
You students, your teachers worked so hard to get you here, but you didn't work hard enough for them because you have to nominate them. And some years I get 5 nominations, and this year I got 0. So all these people that have been taking care of you for the last 3 days, you didn't say thank you at the right time. So you have a whole year now to get it right.
So, in lieu of presenting the Science Teacher of the Year Award, I would like all the science teacher and sponsors to stand and to be recognized. In just a moment, I will welcome Say back to the podium. But before I do, I'd like to leave with a note for all of you. Many of you will pursue fields in sciences, be it medicine, environmental studies, psychology, zoology, or even some other field. However, not all of you will. But just because you might not be considered a scientist on paper doesn't mean your commitment and passion for science has to end. I serve as the general manager of a college radio station. That's nothing like scientific research. But I take advantage of my position to advocate for the sciences in everything I do. And I encourage you all to do the same. Wherever you are, whoever you're speaking to, take a moment and tell them what's so great about science and the thinking it encourages. And never rest. Because when people stop advocating for science, well, to be frank, science can't advocate for itself. I'd now like to re-welcome to the podium Soo Bin Jeong.
Okay, so the reason that I'm moving so quickly back and forth is because as VJAS tradition, the top award winners from each section, even top 2 presenters in each section, gets to present in front of the Senior Academy, the Virginia Academy of Science, between 11 a.m. and noon. I know teachers know this. And the reason that I was running back and forth is because I couldn't post this until our section awards were announced. And I just cut a 5-minute break to really upload this. So teachers, if you want to start looking, on the home page, there's a 5/18/2017 update that literally says link for teachers, VJAS presentations to VAS. And you can guarantee, I believe, the top winner of each section is somewhere placed. But before, and we're also going to get Alan to announce the rooms and the people and where they're supposed to be to present to VAS. But before we conclude, I would like to reintroduce our current co-presidents, Reona and Yashodhara, and they'll announce thanking the current officers as well as introducing the new slate of officers.
Alright, now I would like to announce the election results for the VJAS student body. Our past president is Ben Rhodes, and also if you guys don't mind coming to the stage and waving. Our new editor-in-chief is Salik Morshetti. He is taking over for Cassia Block, who is graduating this year. So thank you, Cassia, for all your hard work. Our new secretary is Ankit Kumar. He has been re-elected. Our new communications liaison is Jacob Yurga. Our new regional director is Amruta Ponugupati. She's taking over for Cory Dudka. And finally, our new STEM chair is Cory Dudka, who is taking over for Sarah Jackson. Thank you, Sarah, for all your hard work.
We would like to close with a thought-provoking quote by Albert Einstein himself. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. So remember, scientists in the making, go chase that mysterious. We'll see you next year at James Madison University. Now I will pass the mic over to Alan.
They would like me to remind everyone that what I'm about to announce is also posted online on the VJAS homepage. These are... These are the VJAS sections and the location of the session meeting rooms. Remember, the first place papers are presented. The astronomy, mathematics, and physics, as well as material science, are in room 2123 of Harris Hall. Presentations for all of the categories I'm about to announce will be from 11 to 11:30 a.m. So you have an hour. Biology with microbiology and molecular biology will be in Harris Hall, room 2135. Biomedical and general engineering will meet in Harris Hall in room 2118. Botany will present in Harris Hall in room 2136. Chemistry will present in Harris Hall in room 2117. They're all going to be in Harris Hall. Data science computing and statistics will be in room 2105. Education will meet in room 2110. Entomology will meet in room 2138. Environmental science will meet in room 2125. Medical science will meet in room 2114. Natural history and biodiversity will meet in room 2132. Psychology will meet in room 2107. And structural biology, biochemistry, and biophysics will meet in room 2120. You know how sometimes computers scroll and you forget they do that? Well, I just did. So we're going to go through that again. I promise I'll be quick. Jacob Wilson will be presenting in Harris Hall in room 2123 to astronomy, mathematics, and physics with material sciences. Jessica Lynn will be presenting in room 2123 of Harris Hall with astronomy, mathematics, and physics with material sciences. Dana Jones and Savannah Horton will be presenting in Harris Hall in room 2123 in the same section. In this section, biology with microbiology and molecular biology, the following students will be presenting: Sean Lateef, Delaney Waltz, Vanessa Lynn, and Haley Barefoot. That will be in room 2135. Logan Shepard, Eleanor Sigrist, and Ryan Paolini will be presenting to biomedical and general engineering in room 2118. Kishore Bhatt, Anuj Khemka, and Mary Kay Comerford. Kishore Bhatt and Anuj Khemka will be presenting in Harris Hall to botany in room 2136. Mary Kay Comerford and Mark Ryan will be presenting in room 2117 to chemistry. Kevin Bender, Michael Kish, and Anandira Sharma will be presenting to data science, computing, and statistics in room 2105. Andion Dazan, Julia Madurk, Nicola McHugh will be presenting in room 2110 to education. Clark Bennett and Noah Portner will be presenting to entomology in room 2138. Skylar Brodowski, Gabrielle Jennings, and Sydney Lopez will be presenting in Harris Hall to environmental science in room 2125. Andrew Cadell, Jackson Rafi will be presenting to medical science in room 2114. Cory O'Shea and Ethan Schaefer will be presenting to natural history and biodiversity in room 2132. Giovanni Mazzeo, Grant Harris will be presenting, and Julie Bicoles, it's across the page break, will be presenting to psychology in 2107. And finally, Konstantinos Oikonomou and Sarah Lambert will be presenting to structural biology, biochemistry, and biophysics in room 2120. We have one more thing.
All right, so I did not forget about our hashtag giveaway, hashtag VJAS 2017. I didn't forget about that, I promise. So after scrolling through Instagram and Twitter posts with the hashtag VJAS 2017, actually not many of you did so, I have one teacher and one student to award $25 Visa gift cards that they can use wherever and whenever. Would the following teacher please come up and accept this social media award? The username is @Teacher Burgos, Elizabeth Burgos. Come on up. I really appreciated you basically twittering everything going on in the symposium. It's great. And finally, we have a student winner. I do not have the name, but I have a username @BillyTakesBJAS. And Reona and Yashodhara. Reona and Yashodhara. Reona and Yashodhara. No? Okay. They are the student co-presidents, and VJAS is really student-driven. And they're supposed to conclude this session, but I guess as the Virginia Junior Academy of Science Committee Chair, I will conclude the 2017 annual meeting of the VJAS Regional Symposium. Thank you!